Hello, dear children. I'm here with a new lesson in English, and this is for first standard. So, we all go to school, but bad enough, this year none of us could go to school, neither the children nor the teachers. Now, when you go to school, who do you meet first? You meet the teacher, class teacher, you meet the principal, you meet the other support staff. But who's the main person that you see and talk? It is nobody else, but it is the teacher. And teachers form a very important part of our lives, isn't it? Because they teach us many things. How to learn, to read, to write, to behave in school, out of school, at home, with elders, in the playground. Many things are taught by teachers, and many things which we learn from teachers, knowingly or unknowingly, we learn from teachers. It is the mannerism of the teachers, the language used by the teachers, their handwriting skills, their speaking skills, and so many things we learn from teachers. Now, today, the lesson is going to be on my teacher. So please open your books on page 34, lesson number 7. Page 34, lesson number 7.
My teacher. My teacher always points the way. I learn a lot from her each day. She teaches me to read and write, sing songs, and poems to recite. She tells me to be good and kind, a caring friend. In her I find.
So you see, they're all having books. 2 of them are holding books, and 3 of them are holding pencils in their hand. Now let us begin. Tick the things your teacher teaches you. Yes, teacher teaches you numbers, so tick that. Teacher teaches you drawing and coloring, tick that. Teacher teaches you good manners, tick that. Teacher teaches you language and grammar, so tick that. Teacher teaches you reading, yes. Fighting with friends? No, your teacher will never ask you to fight with friends. Listening and speaking? Of course, teacher will tell you to listen and speak. And teacher tells you or teaches you to watch TV. Yes, teacher teaches you to watch TV in a sense. She tells you to watch the news, the good cartoons, not something that is not needed for children. So these are some of the good things that teachers teach in the school. Let us read. Now I am going to read the poem. Please look into your books and point your fingers at the words and read. My teacher always points the way. I learn a lot from her each day. She teaches me to read and write, sing songs and poems to recite. She tells me to be good and kind, a caring friend. In her I find.
My teacher. My teacher always points the way. I learn a lot from her each day. She teaches me to read and write, sing songs and poems to recite. She tells me to be good and kind, a caring friend. In her I find.
So a teacher is a person who tells you the right from the wrong. She points you to do this, do that, and not to do something which is bad. And you learn a lot from the teacher every day. When you go to school, you learn maths, you learn English, you learn science or EVS. Then also you learn to draw, color. You learn how to play games. Teacher takes you out and you learn how to play games. You learn how to play the caroms or the ludo, so many things. Then teacher tells you stories, and all these stories have a moral. So there are many ways in which a teacher is educating you. Other than the school books, teacher teaches a lot to the children in school. She teaches me to read and write. Yes, of course, at home also your parents teach you to read and write. But the primary educator in the school is the teacher. What the teacher does in the school is backed up by the parent at home. That is what everyone does at home, isn't it? Sing songs and poems to recite. Yes, when you were in LKG, Baba Black Sheep is a rhyme that your teacher taught you. Twinkle, twinkle, little star is a rhyme that your teacher taught you. The teacher sings and you listen and then you repeat. So all this happens in the school and with the teacher. So that is how a teacher tells you to recite rhymes, sings rhymes, and you recite them and you learn them. She tells me to be good and kind, a caring friend in her I find. So the teacher always tells the children to be a good person, not to fight with your friends, not to fight with other children in the school or at home. And you must be good, you must be kind. Suppose your friend sitting next to you in class did not bring her snacks that day. And if you have 4 biscuits, you can give her 1, isn't it? So that way you are kind to the other children in the class. So these are some of the things that a teacher tells the students or teaches her students. So with this, I have finished explaining the poem. I read once more for you to follow. My teacher always points the way. I learn a lot from her each day. She teaches me to read and write, sing songs and poems to recite. She tells me to be good and kind, a caring friend in her I find. My teacher always points the way. I learn a lot from her each day. She teaches me to read and write, sing songs and poems to recite. She tells me to be good and kind, a caring friend in her I find. So your homework will be to by heart, in fact memorize the poem. There are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines. So 6 lines you can easily memorize. And after memorizing, you can send it in the school WhatsApp number as a voice message. Please do not read. I want you to memorize and say it. Thank you. Now let's go on to the next part of English, that is activity sheet. Activity sheet 6. Activity sheet 6 on page 65. Activity sheet 6 on page 65. Now this is a reading comprehension. That means you have to read the paragraph and some questions are there which you have to answer. So let me start reading. And before that, you see a small boy. He's lying on the grass and there is a rabbit next to him, and there are some 3 carrots there. He is holding 1 carrot to give to the rabbit. Now let's go to the paragraph. Golu has a pet rabbit. So this boy's name is Golu. It was a birthday gift from his mother. It has a soft pink fur, long ears and a short fluffy tail. Golu feeds the rabbit with carrots every day. He keeps the rabbit in a hutch. Golu has a pet rabbit. It was a birthday gift from his mother. It has a soft pink fur, long ears and a short fluffy tail. Golu feeds the rabbit with carrots every day. He keeps the rabbit in a hutch. So hutch is a place where rabbits are kept. Like you keep dogs in a kennel, horses in a stable, hutch is a place where rabbits are kept, or the home of a rabbit is called a hutch. I'll read the paragraph again. Golu has a pet rabbit. It was a birthday gift from his mother. It has soft pink fur, long ears and a short fluffy tail. Golu feeds the rabbit with carrots every day. He keeps the rabbit in a hutch. Now first question. What was Golu's birthday gift? It was a pet rabbit, or it was a small pink rabbit. Next one. Who gave him that gift? His mother gave him that gift. Golu's mother gave him that gift. 3. What color is the gift? So it was a pink rabbit, so you can say it was pink in color. It was pink in color. 4. What does Golu feed his pet? He feeds the pet carrots. Golu feeds the rabbit carrots, or you can write he feeds his pet carrots. 5. Where does Golu keep his pet? He keeps it in a hutch. Golu keeps his pet in a hutch. That is also a right answer. Or you can write, he keeps it in a hutch. I hope you have understood. Now let's go on to activity sheet 7. Activity sheet 7. On page 66. Activity sheet 7 on page 66. Now this is picture comprehension. That means you have to look at the picture and make sentences or talk about the picture. Animals at the zoo. Look at this picture. Read the sentences. Now in the picture, children, let us start. You see the elephant. Then you see an alligator or a crocodile. Then you see a puppy, a tiger, a snake from a tree, a lion in the den, a giraffe. There's a small pond and you can see ducks and ducklings. Then you can see a hippopotamus. You can see a tortoise next to the hippopotamus. And then you can see an enclosure. You can see a mother deer and a baby deer. Then there are 3 trees. You can see a monkey on a tree and you can see a parrot with its nest, and there are 2 eggs in the nest. All these things are visible in this picture. And you can see a father with 2 children, a boy and a girl. So once again, your homework will be to look at this picture very carefully. Very carefully, and then identify the animals by yourself. You can tell your parent at home to ask you questions about the animals in this picture and answer the questions that they have asked you. Now, next is I'm going to read the sentences here and you have to follow. The lion is outside the den. You see the arrow from the sentence pointing to that picture. The lion is outside the den. Next picture you see the monkey is on the tree. You can see the monkey on the tree. The arrow from that sentence is pointing to the monkey and the tree. Then below that you see the 3 children. Sorry, it's not the father, it's 3 children. And there's a sentence there, the children are at the zoo. The arrow is pointing to the children. Next you find a hippo in the water and the arrow points. The hippo is in the water. Next one is a sentence, the ducks are in the pond. The sentence points to the pond where you see a mother duck and a baby duckling. I'll read the sentences again. The lion is outside the den. The monkey is on the tree. The children are at the zoo. The hippo is in the water. The ducks are in the pond. The lion is outside the den. The monkey is on the tree. The children are at the zoo. The hippo is in the water. The ducks are in the pond. So your homework will be to read these sentences and don't send a voice message. Please read them over and over again and practice it with your parent at home. Tell your parent to listen to what you're reading. But the first homework will be to memorize the poem My Teacher. That's all for today. Thank you.